Hey guys, Mayflower here. So today I wanted to talk about chest rigs versus plate carriers, and mostly working off of the philosophy of like Meyer Flyer and Ozark Walker, um, on mostly running a plate carrier. Um, Even though I prefer chest rigs and I love the comfortability of chest rigs, um, how versatile they can be, I understand how important plate carriers are. And I'll give solutions to certain issues, all right, towards the end of the video. So, there's a lot of LARPers that run solely belt kits, and that's cool and fine, especially for a lot of the areas around here. Like, it's a lot of mountains, more towards where all the LARPers are. It's a lot of mountains. So I understand running just a belt kit, and that's all good and dandy until you start getting shot at. And then, I think in any case where you're going to be under fire or potentially get into contact, I think having a plate carrier is king. Now, I'm not saying you have to do like an overloaded AVS. Obviously, my AVS isn't even overloaded, like some of the kits I see. You don't have to do Ukraine kit or whatever. Now, I would suggest groin pads, and if you're interested in watching a video on like what kind of groin pad, there's a channel called Trophy Gear Origins. I'll leave their stuff in the description. They just came out with a video a few weeks ago about groin protectors, and it is one of the best videos I've seen on groin armor and lower abdominal armor that I've seen in a while. It's really, really good and really gives you a lot of good budget options for you broke asses out there, me included. So, chest rigs. I love chest rigs. I think they're great. You can carry a lot of magazines and a lot of gear on them. They're very comfortable with rucksacks or hydration bladders on the back. They're very freeing. There's not a whole lot of like cage that you would get with something like a CPC or an AVS or like kind of a overloaded JPC. But you sacrifice a lot of the advantages of having a plate carrier. It's a lot more weight on your shoulders, and especially if you're running something that's more of a front loaded chest rig, it kind of weighs you down like towards the top. It kind of just leans you forward a bit. That's a good advantage I see with something like an LBE, like the belt kits a lot of people are running, like something like a Smersh kit or the British PCLE belts. Those are really good and really cheap on eBay. I'd check one of those out. But again, still leaves you vulnerable here and on the back and probably on the lower abdominal to groin area, and that's not great for shrapnel or any sort of, just having any protection on you is, I think, great. And with belt kits, running armor makes it even better. You can wear a slick plate carrier. It can be any kind of slick plate carrier. Faro makes obviously slicksters. There's a repro brand called Krydex. They've been making a slickster repro for a few years now, and a lot of people like it. They're the people that made that repro JPC that there's a lot of people online that really like it, that run plates in it, and it runs fine for years. I'm inclined to putting my trust and my life into the hands of reproduction gear. You just gotta be using the right reproduction gear. You can't be using, like the $35 Amazon special. Put money into reproduction, and it'll treat you well. Maybe it'll last like a few years less than the real stuff, but when it comes to stuff like the AVS, like my AVS is reproduction. It's from a company called Vertigo. Some of the best reproduction quality, honestly, especially in the stitching and the nylon quality. It is great. Obviously, for reproduction brands, it's probably Shekin Gear, Emerson Gear, or Vertigo. I haven't used Emerson Gear, but I know with looking at how great the Vertigo quality is, I have something to compare it to, which is Kradex. And Kradex I'd probably put all the way at the bottom for like top tier reproduction gear. But yeah, just some level 4 plates on a slickster with a belt kit, and I think you're set. Because that gives you the ability to just take off your plate carrier. You don't even have to have anything on your slickster. You could just run the plate carrier slick, nothing on it, and run your belt kit, and you'll be fine. You'll have the protection, and you'll be able to look cool in your LARP with your belt kit. And yeah, I'll personally be wearing plate carrier, probably with this new UVU chest rig that I'm buying to replace my my Krydex Microfight chest rig. It only has 3 mags, but the UVU can hold 6-ish. 6 and like a 20 round PMag in one of the pockets, which I think is pretty cool. I'll probably be running that UVU chest rig with my slickster that I have. Still works fine, can carry real plates, so I'm not too worried about that. I think that I'll be set. I'll probably be putting more money into buying like 5.56, stuff like that. My rifle is already set up how I like it. I'll probably be doing a video on like my full kit setup once I have all my stuff together. And yeah, that's basically my philosophy. Philosophy is mission dictates gear. If you know you're gonna get into contact, bring plates, bring all sorts of armor, whatever armor you have. If you're just going on a patrol, there's probably like a low risk of getting into contact or having any sort of firefight. You can just run your chest rig, or you can run like a light slick plate carrier with, a chest rig, and you're good, I feel. Don't overthink it. You don't have to go into buying all the real crap. And just keep LARPing until it's not a LARP, because that's what we're doing this for. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching another one of my autistic schizo rants, and I'll see you guys in the future. LARP or whatever. I forget how do I even close the video anymore.